Hi there, this is Teresa. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to see what is happening for you this week. What is it you need to know? What do you need to hear that's going to serve your highest good? Keep in mind, this is general collective. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, let's start with Aries first. What can you expect this week, Aries? Okay, we've got the moon coming out first. So something is being hidden. You could have strong feelings and emotions. Something could feel overwhelming for you. Why is the moon here for Aries this week? Okay, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. Something you're investing in. You may be questioning your investment. That's hurting you. It's disappointing you. You could feel like there's an unequal give and take. Why is the moon here for Aries this week? Something is coming to light about the situation. You could be feeling like you have a lot of love and compassion for somebody, and they're just not giving you what you're giving them. You're giving them a lot of feelings and emotions. Your intuition could be telling you that you're giving more than what you're receiving. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so you could be having silence from somebody that you're trying to reach out to. You feel like they're keeping something from you. You're trying to get confirmation. You're trying to get answers, resolution, and it looks like you're coming up empty-handed. Why is this person avoiding Aries this week? It's going to hurt and disappoint you. Why are they avoiding Aries? Okay, so it looks like they are putting you in third-party competition. Why are they putting Aries in third-party competition? Okay, so they could be giving to their family. They could have a family with someone else. They could have children with someone else. Does look like something else that they have invested in for the long term is what they're giving to. What is the advice for Aries this week in regards to this situation? Wait and observe their behavior. Every action does not need a reaction. Focus on yourself, focus on your money, your career, your finances, your nurturing abundance for yourself, whether it's emotionally, physically, or financially. Give me one more card of advice for Aries this week. You might have to drop the situation. You may have to realize that this is an opportunity that makes you feel left out in the cold, makes you feel abandoned, and it may just not be worth the time or the effort. I'm hearing that song, don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Okay, so let me give you one final card of advice. Let me get this deck out here. This is going to be an animal oracle card of advice for Aries. What do they need to know? What's the advice for Aries for this week? Take the lead. Spirit is asking you to take the lead when it comes to the situation. Don't wait for this person to take the lead and make the decision for you. All right, let's move on to Taurus. Taurus, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website's TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Taurus, what can you expect this week? Those with Taurus placements, what can they expect this week? What's the overall energy for Taurus this week? We've got the Page of Wands. So you're either receiving some type of communication or you're feeling like you want to have some type of creative idea. You're feeling ambitious about something. What is this? Okay, we've got the Hermit. You could have Virgo in placement. You could be dealing with the Virgo. Why is the Page of Wands here for Taurus this week? King of Swords. You maybe have been spending a lot of time by yourself trying to find your own happiness internally after a painful ending, a disappointment that somebody has caused when it comes to the situation between the two of you. You may feel ambitious to finally reach out to them to try to resolve things. You may get the King of Swords energy. You may get somebody who's being very cold, I'm hearing condescending. Why is this person going to be cold to Taurus this week? Why are they going to be so critical and finicky? They're moving forward. They're moving away from the situation. They've sat on and analyzed the situation for what it is. And there is a lot, they've observed your behavior and their behavior. They don't like who they are when they're with you. Their version of themselves is not the best version. They're wanting to pursue another opportunity. Do they have somebody else already? Is that why they're being cold to Taurus? Yep, they've been juggling the situation with someone else. They've already started to take a leap of faith towards someone else. Something has changed in your situation where they don't feel that the investment is worth the time. What is the advice for Taurus? Get into your King of Wands energy. Recognize your power and your confidence. Be really optimistic. Don't sit in the limelight of feeling blindsided by the situation, but realize you have control and the power over your own destiny and your own true happiness. This person does not control your own happiness for yourself. Yep. See the truth for what it is, crystal clear, that if this person's not going to invest in you and the situation, there's no sense in you investing in them, because therefore they're moving forward. So it's an opportunity for you to move forward. Something's going to be illuminated to you this week after you attempt to reach out to this person. You're going to have a lot of support around you. Allow people to support you, your friends, your family, people that really do love and respect you. What's the advice for Taurus? What's the animal oracle message of advice? Love is all around you. Number 41, the Nightingale spirit. This is realizing that there's a lot of other people that can love you, whether it's platonic or romantic, that are already in your energy placement. You may see a lot of this Nightingale bird. You may see people who really want to spend time and efforts with you this week, trying to support you during this time period. All right, let's move on to Gemini. Gemini, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. What can Gemini expect this week? What's the energy around Gemini this week? You could be dealing with an Aries. Might have issues with your boss this week, potentially, for some of you. All right, Gemini, what's the energy for those with Gemini placement? What can they expect this week? We've got the Nine of Swords. So you're going to feel helpless or hopeless in a situation because you feel intuitively your emotions are overwhelming. Something that was supposed to grow. Maybe you were supposed to receive a promotion. You were supposed to get a bonus. It doesn't come through for you. Why is the Nine of Swords here for Gemini this week? You were banking on something. King of Wands. You thought you had it in the bag, and it's not. What is this? Yep. You were maybe expecting a bonus, you were expecting a promotion, you were expecting something that was going to elevate you financially. It doesn't come through. You trusted whoever told you you were going to get this, or maybe you were trusting your intuition. You thought that it was going to bring through. It feels like somebody told you were going to get it and you were confident 100%. The promotion was yours, the bonus was yours, the overtime was yours, whatever it was financially, you're going to find out that it doesn't come through. Okay, so what's going to happen for Gemini since this doesn't come through? Three of Pentacles. There's going to be a different opportunity that you're supposed to aggressively pursue. So if you applied for a job and you wanted that promotion within your company and you find out this week you're not getting it, they're giving it to someone else, someone more experienced. Either way, they're giving it to someone else. You're going to feel hurt and disappointed. However, you're feeling like you trusted the situation was an ace in the hole, but you didn't have backup options. Secretly, there's going to be another option if you aggressively pursue other options. There's another opportunity that's actually better for you. Yeah, you're going to be able to see very clear that you didn't get the other promotion because something else is actually more in alignment for you. Definitely has something to do with your work. What's the advice for Gemini this week? You might need to think outside the box. Don't necessarily sit and wait for this promotion, this bonus, this incentive to come towards you this week. You need to make plans for the future either way. Get in that Empress energy, which is about nurturing, caring, taking care of your needs, not just those around you, but making yourself happy. Let's get an animal oracle card of advice for Gemini for this week. Geminis this week. I'm hearing you didn't want it anyway. I'm hearing the math's not mathing. So maybe what they told you the pay was going to be actually is not what it's going to be, and you're going to be actually happy it didn't work out. We do have Dolphin Spirit number 20. It says this and that are true. So you're going to find out, Dolphin is all about abundance. So you're going to find out there's something else more abundant that's going to be presented to you. All right, let's move on to Cancer. Cancer, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website's TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Cancer. What can you expect this week? Those with Cancer placements, What can they expect this week? What's the energy around them? Cancer. 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 Four of Wands. Okay, stability, security. Why is the Four of Wands in your energy this week? The Star. Wow. Okay, Aquarius energy. Something you have been pouring into, something that you have been wanting, something, sense of stability and security, you're going to get it this week. This is victory and success. You are coming into a place of comfort when it comes to your life, your lifestyle, what you have been working on. You're going to find that you're living your true path, your soul's path and your soul's journey. You're going to figure out this week, you're going to be really comfortable in your skin. There's something that you've been working on. You've been learning or mastering something. This week, you're going to feel like you are in your element. You're going to feel like a rising star, that you're pouring into yourself. There's a sense of stability and security within yourself. And you're finally going to have people around you recognize who you really are. There's a lot of victory and success here for Cancer this week. There's a lot of stability. There's a lot of fame and recognition. If you do something like online or social media, or you do something within a company, there is a lot of recognition for you. And it's coming in real quick. And you're going to be really excited when you get this recognition. Yep, finally it's giving back. Whatever you've been giving to, you're getting that return. You're going to receive some type of reward, that you're stepping into your power. And you're going to get communication from somebody, because you've been so ambitiously pursuing something that maybe a lot of people didn't even know you were pursuing it as hard as you were. Okay, what's the advice for Cancer for this week? Get to a place clearly seeing what you know needed to cut away, you cut away, and what you needed, you took with you. Keep moving towards whatever it is that you needed to get into this position, because this is you. This is you having this new life, this new destiny. You may be able to afford to do things that you weren't able to do in the past. So what is the Animal Oracle message of advice for Cancer for this week? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? We have the Squirrel Spirit. Believe in yourself. Number 57. You could be on life path number 5 or 7. You could be 57 years old. Truly believe who you are, and you do deserve it. All right, Leo. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Those with Leo placement, what can you expect this week? What is it you need to know? What's the energy around Leo this week? Leo. 3 of Pentacles. Could be dealing with an earth sign. Something with your career or your finances. 5 of Pentacles. The Magician. And we got the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. You expected something to work out in a certain form or fashion when it comes to your career, your finances, and you're finding out that what you thought was going to work isn't going to work because something changes with the wheel. There's a turning point here that you're needing to go and pivot. What is this pivoting energy for Leo? What's the pivot that Leo needs to do? Okay, so there's something you're emotionally attached to when it comes to your career, your job, your finances, that you're needing to walk away from. You're needing to walk into this unknown, because when you do, there is going to be an abundant attachment to it. There's something your intuition is going to scream at you this week is not working for you. Tell me more. Yeah, something's not working. It flipped in reverse. Something's not working with your job. That you're wanting something when it comes to longevity, abundance, something that's going to make you feel financially safe and secure. But you're not seeing something crystal clear. And this week, you're going to see that what you've been doing is not working now. You've kind of been caught up in your head about it. Maybe you've been doing the same job the same way for years, and somebody new comes along and they say, you know, have you thought about doing it this way? I would do it this way. It might be more effective. And you don't really want to take their advice, but somebody you work with is going to give you some advice, somebody close to you, that's going to benefit you. It's going to help you get out of this mindset of, well, I can't do it that way. You may be a little bit critical about it, but this person is going to give you some support and guidance that's going to help you realize, even though you might be emotionally attached to doing it that way because you did it that way for years, there's a different way of doing it. And I'm hearing time is money. It might even be more effective, cost effective, to do things a different way than the way you're doing them. All right. What's the advice for Leo? You got this. If you want this, you can have this. It is available to you. You just have to... Leos are fixed signs, so sometimes you can get caught up and stuck in the way of doing things. It's very systematic. There's a thinking outside the box. There's a support that you're receiving outside the box that is going to help bring that through. You're going to get communication. Right here, the fox spirit. Think on your feet, number 27, which is 9, which is where you're supposed to be, is the 9 of Pentacles. All right, let's move on to Virgo. Virgo, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website's TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Virgo, what can you expect this week? Those with Virgo placement, what is it that they can expect this week? What do they need to know? Virgo, what's the energy around Virgo this week? Virgos. King of Wands. Something you were confident in the past you thought was going to work out isn't going to work out. And it looks like you're returning back to it and realizing there's a defeat here, that you're needing to move in a different direction. What is this that Virgo was confident about? What is this? Okay, some type of lies or deception that you maybe told your family, you told your friends, you told people that you've known for a long time. You thought that maybe they were going to believe the lie. You were confident they were going to believe it. It looks like that's not happening. You're needing to return. It could be, if you have children, maybe somebody you have children with. Could be your mother, could be your sister, could be your aunt. There's somebody you lied to in the past that you thought they believed your lie, and it looks like it's coming back around for you. Okay, what does Virgo need to know about this energy this week? You've been juggling a lot. You've been going back and forth whether or not to say the truth, whether to be fully transparent. You're trying to avoid a fight or a conflict by maybe not being transparent. Maybe that's why you felt you needed to not say something or not disclose something. Tell me more. You were maybe giving in one situation but taking from another. I'm hearing robbing Peter to pay Paul. What is Virgo's advice? 5 of Cups. 9 of Swords and the Death. Something, it's gonna be hurtful, it's gonna be disappointing, you're gonna feel a little bit of helplessness and hopelessness, but there's something that has to change. Something that you either didn't disclose or you lied about in the past is coming back around this week, and you're needing to be honest that even though it's gonna hurt maybe your ego and your pride to be fully transparent, and you may feel like you've put yourself in a position you feel helpless, the Death card is about ending something and making the transformation to change into something else. So you may have to put an end to the lie. If you said a lie and your lies are building up and it got caught up, this week it's coming full bore where you're needing to be fully transparent and returning to whoever you lied to or you weren't honest with and being honest to what the situation is and then moving on and away from it. Okay, what is the animal oracle message for Virgo's advice? You could be dealing with a Taurus, a Scorpio. Spirit has a plan for you. Number 35. You could be on life path number 3, 5, or 8. March, May, or August could be significant. The koala spirit. Spirit is saying if you want to be authentic, you want to be true and live a life of integrity, you're going to have to be fully transparent. And Spirit is saying this is coming back around, not to bite you, but to get you in alignment with where you need to be. And that means fully transparency with something you either didn't disclose or you lied about. And it's coming back up for you this week. Spirit is saying it's time. You got to deal with it. You got to be fully honest with it. All right, Libra. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, those with Libra placement, what can you expect this week, Libra? What does Libra need to know? What's happening? What's the energy for Libra this week? Queen of Wands. Seven of Cups. You got a choice and decision this week you got to make. You got to be really confident with this decision. What is this? Ace of Wands and Eight of Pentacles. You're going to feel confident on a new idea that you're wanting to go towards. This feels very much work or career. Maybe you have a business idea you're really excited about, but you feel like there's a lot of fantasy and illusion attached to it, and you don't know if there's reality. There's a sense of confusion as you're excited about it, but something's holding you back about going all in. So what is this? Why is there a confusion here? Why is it Two of Swords for Libra? You don't know how long it's going to take, the potential of the future longevity if you go all in. Tell me about Three of Wands. Okay, so you have the passion, the desire, and the ambition and the creative endeavor within yourself, but you don't know that you have the financial means or the support of the idea on the outside. You know internally that it's there, that you are supporting yourself, but you don't know if this idea is going to be supported if you present it or if you create it. You don't know if it's something that is potentially going to make you happy at the end of the day or even bring prosperity for you. Okay? Oh, I just scratched my eye. Okay. What's the advice for Libra since they're going to be confused what to do? You want it, but you don't know if it's going to be received where it's going to benefit you in the long term. You need to see the truth is going to be crystal clear for you. Once you clear your mind, that if you invest in yourself, you can become the Nine of Pentacles, which is somebody who doesn't need it, but they want it. They have a desire. They have a passion to invest and to reap on that investment. It will return in their favor. But you have to be clear that you're going to have guidance in yourself of where you need to do this. So that's you planting the seeds now, doing the work, realizing and having a clear mindset. It does not happen instantly. Success, recognition, any type of prosperity, it takes time to build up. It's like a snowball. You have to keep adding and packing it down and building it up. And you have to be very clear with yourself when you go to initiate or start this business, this hobby, whatever that could bring you financial independence. It's not going to be an overnight success. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be struggles. There's going to be obstacles. But if you make a game plan and you're clear with accepting that, yes, it could go right, it could go wrong, but what if it does go right and you have a really good plan? If it doesn't, you can course correct and try again. So what's the other advice for Libra? So you got a decision to make this week because you internally, you know that it's something you want to do, but you don't know how it's going to be received externally. Armadillo spirit, set healthy boundaries. Number 3. You maybe have a lot of people around you that say, oh, I wouldn't do that. That's not going to work. Oh, that's not beneficial. You know you need to follow yourself, your own inner guidance, your own inner GPS, your intuition of what it is that you desire. You know, the biggest part of being able to start and fully go through something, it's not just motivation, it's consistency. And it's not listening to other people. When other people start telling you and you get into that armadillo spirit where you allow other people to cross boundaries of telling you what you should be doing, that's unhealthy. So you're needing to be very clear. Maybe you don't tell people what you're doing. Maybe you just go and do it on your own. So you're gonna have that choice and decision. Internally this week you're gonna have the passion and desire and ambition, but you may have a lot of white noise on the outside around you. All right, Scorpio. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. What can you expect this week, Scorpio? What's the energy around Scorpios this week? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Okay, we got the Emperor, the Two of Wands, and we got the Empress. Okay, so we got mom and dad here. So you could have a child with this person. You don't know what the future holds with this person. You could be co-parenting with somebody and you don't know what the future is going to hold, if you're going to come back together. It looks like we have the Page of Swords. Why is the Page of Swords here? I want to see what is it you're waiting to see. You're waiting to see if this person's going to give you a commitment. You're wanting to know this week, you're observing their behavior. Maybe you've been with this person for a long time. You maybe are wanting a higher level of commitment. Maybe you have a child already and you're wanting to get engaged. You're wanting to live together. You're wanting to set a wedding date. You're wanting to move in together or buy a home. There's something that you're wanting this week as far as a commitment from this person in regards to what your future is with them. Okay? Tell me more for Scorpio dealing with the situation. Who's the Emperor to Scorpio? Somebody that you're giving. Somebody that you may have a son with this person. Is this person wanting the same thing as Scorpio? You know, they're really excited about being spontaneous, being free, being fun-loving, but they're not necessarily jumping on the adventure of the commitment train. Why is that? Why are they not stepping up? This person has trust issues. This person has a lot of other things that have caused them conflict. They feel like it's hopeless for them to give you a commitment when they may already feel like they're in enough commitment for themselves. You know, there's a certain expectation you have that you're wanting from this person, but this person feels like, you know what, I'm giving you what I can give you. I don't have any more to give you. And it's putting them in this energy of, on the outside, they're very, very stern, they're very strong, they're very protective. But on the inside, they're tore up like, I just can't go there. I just can't give any more than I have. And it looks like you're struggling with that because you may, what is your action going to be this week? Because it looks like you're observing their behavior with an expectation. You want to know what the truth is. Are they going to give you the step up, the next level of whatever your commitment is right now or whatever your situation is right now? Maybe you don't have a child. Maybe you want to have a child. Maybe you want that divine counterpart to step into the commitment area and you feel you're being lied to. So there's something about you observing their behavior this week and their behavior is telling you that they've lied, that they're not going to step up for you and give you that commitment you desire. What's the advice for Scorpio this week? Go in hermit mode. When you spend some time by yourself, connect with your inner self, your higher self, something's going to be illuminated to you. What is this illumination going to be for Scorpio? That you have been waiting. You've been actually trying to hand this person the commitment that you're wanting them to give to you, and you're realizing that they're not. It's going to be illuminated that you're holding on to something that you're waiting to be presented that's not actually there. It's not attainable. It's not even available in the current energy placement. So it's being shown. If you pull your energy back after observing their behavior, you're being illuminated that this person isn't pouring into the connection. It's not as grounded as you expect it to turn out to be. Okay, so you could be dealing with a Virgo. You could be dealing with a Taurus, an Aries. There's a lot of air and fire. What's the other advice for Scorpio for this week? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear, Scorpio? Free horse spirit number 33. You could be 33 years old. Life path number 3 or 6. Freedom is yours. You have free will to decide what action you want to take. And I think with this white, it feels like you're going to get to a place of peace with what's being illuminated this week. And you're going to have confirmation of what that is. All right, Sagittarius. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website's TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Sagittarius. What can Sagittarius expect this week? Those with Sagittarius placements, what's the energy around them? What can they expect this week? Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Page of Wands, you're getting communication from someone. Coming in really, really quickly, really fast. Could be somebody that lives out of town. They want something from you. This is somebody who's been waiting for you. They've been waiting for you to reach out to them. You have not reached out to them, so therefore they're taking the action. They tried to manifest communication from you, and it didn't work. Who's this person that's reaching out to Sagittarius, and why are they reaching out? Some of it lives at a distance. Somebody that has been holding on to some type of passion or desire they have to speak with you. Why are they reaching out? What do they want? They want you to give to them. They want equal give and take. Why is Sagittarius not giving to this person? They dropped it. They don't have any love. There's no connection further. Maybe you moved away from this person. Okay. Tell me more. This person's hurt. They feel like they gave a lot and they feel like you lied to them. You bamboozled them. You took them for a ride that they didn't want. You maybe sold them a dream of what could be but never happened. The reality, this person's returning wanting answers. Okay, what's the advice for Sagittarius? I heard don't answer the phone. If you are emotionally closed off, you have the choice and decision to tell this person. If you want, you don't have to communicate, you know, but here's the deal, is this person is obviously needing healing from the situation. If you're not in alignment, you're not wanting the same things. There's something about, maybe it would make this person happy if you could give them closure. You don't have to, but part of your advice is, you know, the Two of Cups is about making that choice and decision. The truth of, you know what, maybe telling this person I'm just happier being by myself without you and not being with you. And that's okay. You don't have to be all mushy-gushy. You don't have to be cold. You can just be honest and communicate with compassion with what you want and what you desire. And that's it. Leaving it at that. Could be dealing with the Leo. We got fire signs, fire signs. Let me give you one animal oracle message of advice. What's the advice for Sagittarius? What do they need to know? Learn from the past. Elephant spirit. 2 and 5. So you could be 25 or 52. Maybe this has happened in the past. Maybe you've done this to other people. Learn from the past. All right, Capricorn. Oops. You want your own personalized in-depth reading? My website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Capricorn, what can you expect this week? Capricorn, what can you expect this week? Those with Capricorn placement, what can you expect this week? Not ready. All right, Capricorn. What can Capricorn expect? Queen of Cups and 6 of Cups. You're going to feel very nostalgic over somebody that moved away from you. Somebody from your past. You're going to feel they turned their back on you. And you maybe haven't talked to this person in 6 months, 6 years. You might be a little bit obsessed with wanting to know answers as to why. Something is being regurgitated within you that is making you feel emotional about why this person turned their back. Why did this person turn their back on Capricorn? What's the answer? What's the true reason why? Okay, so even though this person maybe did love you, they maybe felt like you weren't giving them what they needed when it came to companionship, love. They maybe felt like you were blocked when it came to providing for them in the abundant factor, which is spiritually, financially, physically, emotionally. And this person could have felt shut out and ignored by you, and that could be why that they shut out and ignored you moving forward in the past. Something about you didn't give to them what they needed, and that's why they left. And it looks like you're thinking about this person this week, and you never got closure. You never got as to why things really truly ended. Well, it looks like you're obsessively looking, maybe even searching or trying to figure out, analyzing in your thoughts why it happened. Well, the reason why is you could have even been soulmates with this person. You weren't in alignment. You were maybe giving to other people, or they were giving to other people. There definitely was this free will. Your person chose to distance themselves because they weren't getting what they needed when it came to this connection. What's the advice for Capricorn this week? You're attached to wanting to know why. Your best piece of advice. This could have been a twin flame that wasn't in alignment. Get really stable and secure within yourself of recognizing that walking away from something or someone that you're still emotionally attached to is going to serve your highest good. Even though you don't know what's ahead of you, looks like there is something more stable, more secure that is meant for you. Yeah, there's definitely a tower moment with your emotions this week when it comes to this situation. All right, let's get an animal oracle message of advice for Capricorn. I'm hearing that I tried so hard. Starfish spirit, be open to infinite possibilities. 59. You could be 59 years old. Maybe you haven't seen this person or talked to this person since last May or September. Could be life path 5 or 9. All right, Aquarius. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. What can you expect this week, Aquarius? What's happening for those with Aquarius placements? What can you expect this week? Aquarius. We got the Chariot. You could be traveling. You could be moving. You could be getting ready to go on a road trip. You might be getting a new vehicle. Why is the Chariot here for Aquarius? Got Temperance. Could be dealing with a Cancer or a Sagittarius. 3 of Cups. I'm hearing, be patient, I'm coming. So you're waiting on somebody that you're supposed to go on a trip with, and this person isn't coming through when you want. This is somebody that maybe you're in a romantic relationship with. You're feeling like you're impulsively ready to go. This person is kind of dragging their feet. Why are they dragging their feet a little bit with the Temperance? There's some things that they need to talk to you about that they're not confident about. Maybe it's about the financial aspect. Maybe it's about what is really the intention of these travels that the two of you are doing together. Maybe you're not even in a relationship. Maybe you're just friends and they want to know, hey, are we going to be more than just friends? Or are we just doing this just as friends? This almost like this person needs answers to questions that they should have asked way before it's time for you guys to get ready to leave on this trip together. Okay, why did they wait? They were kind of disconnected emotionally, but now they're all up in their feelings and emotions that maybe this should be so much more than just a friend trip. Okay, what's going to be happening here for Aquarius? What do they need to know about this? You might feel a little bit disappointed that if you have a higher expectation than what the reality is, you might feel, yep, look at this. 7 of Cups, 10 of Swords. You're going to feel when you question this person, you have this conversation with this person, unfortunately, you're going to feel like, you know what? I had a high expectation that this trip is going to bring some type of full circle commitment with the two of us. Maybe you're just friends and you're wanting a relationship, but you're going to be feeling more disappointed on what you're not getting versus what you are getting. This is the friendship back here. This is the relationship you're wanting. You're going to be real focused on what you're wanting, but you never said you wanted. And unfortunately, your best piece of advice here is you're going to have to keep out of your fantasy and illusion. Realize there's other options, because what you're wanting and that expectation is not going to come through. It's going to actually come to an end. So it's almost like you're going to get confirmation that it's not going to happen. Yeah. You almost want this person to acknowledge you. With that 6 of Wands on the bottom, you're wanting this person to recognize, maybe you're friends with benefits and you decided to take a trip together, and you think by going on this trip that this should solidify us being in a relationship, and it doesn't. And you're going to feel hurt and disappointed that it's not bringing what your expectation was, but you didn't speak it till the last minute. Or maybe you're already on the trip and you speak it. All right, what's the advice for Aquarius? What's the oracle message of advice? Let Spirit be your guide, number 32, Hawk Spirit. Hawks are all about looking at things from a higher perspective. Don't look at things directly on the level you're at. Look at the bigger picture as to why you could be 32 or 23 years old, life path number 2, 3, or 5. You have to look at things from the bigger picture when you find out, because 5s are all about conflict and change, that there's going to be a conflict because you're going to be forced to change what this expectation was that you thought. And you're going to have to adjust based off of that. So looking at the bigger picture as to why. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius, a Gemini, a Cancer. All right, Pisces. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website's TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Pisces, what can you expect this week? Pisces, what can you expect this week? What's the energy for Pisces? 4 Cups. You're walking away from something or someone. 8 of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. You're over something. What is this 4 Cups? What is Pisces walking away from? I'm hearing something that once was but never is. The Star. You've poured and poured and poured emotionally into someone or something that has made you feel like you've been set out. Okay, so it's kind of like, you know, like when you go to like a game, they do kind of like warm-ups. You're all warmed up and you're ready to get out there and you're ready to play the game, but you find that the coach puts you on the sideline and you're just sitting on the sideline the whole entire game. You don't get no play time. It's kind of like that. Like, I'm hearing that song, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. So it's that with this person. You've poured and poured and poured and poured into this connection, waiting to invigorate something more and blend together with this person and build something up. And you're realizing you're being contained. You're being pushed away. You're being cut off to observe it, but to never have it. And you're just wanting this person to interact in the way you expect. And you're realizing this week, you're over it. You're over warming up with the team and never getting no play time. You're over pouring into a connection and not being able to take a drink of whatever you're pouring into. You're over realizing that there's no opportunity, that you're the one who is doing all the waiting, and you're being pushed to walk away. Even though you've warmed up, you've got attachment, you've got emotions, you've got some type of sentiment in the heart space for this person, you're being forced to walk away from something that you feel should have returned something more. Okay, why is this person not stepping up for Pisces? Temperance. They've been making you wait. They're not healed. You're warming up with a team that is a dysfunctional team. They're not a complete team. They're misaligned. And this person is misaligned. They're needing healing themselves. They're needing to go within and fix some pieces and brokenness that they haven't fixed. But you had been waiting and waiting for that coach to say, you know what, you're up. Get out there, go on the field and play. You've been waiting for that person to pull you in close and say they love you and say they want to be with you and say that they want to spend their life with you and emotionally connect with you. You've been observing it and it hasn't happened. And this week, there's almost like a lightning bolt. The truth is coming out. What causes this this epiphany for Pisces? What's going to cause this aha moment of discontentment, realization? You meet somebody else. Isn't that funny how that works? Sometimes God will put somebody else in your path because you're not supposed to be with that person you're waiting on. And God says, you know what? Here you go. Here's a really good team to play with. This team will not only let you warm up, this team wants you to be a part of the team on the field. This person wants to connect with you emotionally. They're open. They're handing an opportunity of, take my hand. I'm hearing that song, take me home tonight. I don't want to let you go till you see the light. So victory is what God is saying. We're going to give you somebody else that is more victorious for you. Who is this person? You're going to meet somebody new this week. That's going to be your aha, like, wow, I've been holding out. I've been waiting for this other person to put me in, to give me emotion, to open up. And I meet somebody new and they're already emotionally open, like instantly. This hurt and pain has went on for far too long. For some of you, it's been 3 months. For others of you, it's been 3 years. It's been a very, very painful experience. And it's going to be something that is going to, you may even have like this illumination. I'm seeing like thunderstorm, like the lightning bolt, and when it rains, that shocking, like zzz, like that you may see that in a dream, or you may see it like with the weather outside. There's something that it's almost like a boom, and you're like, you meet this new person, it's just gonna shock the heck out of you because they're they're emotionally available for you. Tell me more about this new person. 6 Cups. This person is offering love. They want love. They're looking for a relationship. They're somebody who is emotionally open to give their heart to you. They could have a very playful, innocent energy to them. They could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Doesn't have to be, but they could be. There's somebody who sees that you are hurt, or that you're broken, or that you've been hurt. And it's one of those people that, you ever meet people where when you kind of first meet them, they just hug you, and you don't really know them, but they just hug you. Like, it's so nice to meet you, and then they hug you like real, like teddy bear like. It's that type of energy is what I feel. Like, this person is a major cuddler or a teddy bear. They just want to make everybody around them feel warm. And that's what this new person is. All right, let's get some advice. What's the advice for Pisces? Be open to it. Be practical. It's going to be illuminated to you. I told you that shocking aha moment. Let's get you an animal oracle message of advice for Pisces. Oh, Armadillo spirit. Someone else had this. I don't remember who. You could be on life path number 3. Set healthy boundaries.